Good afternoon, Fit Fam. So, nutrition for weight loss, priorities and focus. So this whole topic has come about over the course of January. People have been really trying to nail their nutrition, nail their exercise, but really we've been having loads and loads of questions around the nutrition front. Lots of people they're trying really hard. There's lots of people that are hitting plateaus. There are a lot of people getting confused. There's so many messages in the media, all touting different diets, different ways to approach things. But I just want to clear the air and try and shift your focus and your priorities onto the fundamental areas that is going to drive body fat reduction and weight loss. Now, the first step you've got to focus on, no matter what diet that you put in place, no matter what exercise approach you put in place, the number one factor that's going to help you drop weight and lose body fat is to get your total calories under control. You want to be getting into a calorie deficit that is around about 20% or 500 calories less than your daily energy expenditure. Now, that's all well and said and good, and you're probably going to ask loads of questions if I just leave it there, and you might say, well, Matt, what is my total daily energy expenditure? Now, I'm going to release another video next week to try and help explain that a little bit more, but fundamentally, you've got to figure out your body fat percentage, and there's a few lifestyle factors you've got to put in place to put into a really simple calculation, and then you can get a predicted total energy expenditure, and then you can break that down into, or you can reduce that by 20% or 500 calories, and you know roughly where your daily target is. But with that said, I'll try and release a video next week to explain that a little bit more. Meet with one of our coaches, of course, in the meantime, but your first step is this one here: get your total calories under control. Now, step number 2 is getting your macronutrients right. So macronutrients, or your macros, are made up of proteins, carbohydrates and fats. So macronutrients, of course, all of them are incredibly important, but it should always be led with protein. Now, I've done a little maths equation here. I am 85 kilograms. So for me, I would double that. That gives me 170, and that is my grams of proteins per day for me to start dropping weight and dropping body fat. Now, times it by 0.2 is just a good general rule. The research suggests between 1.7 and 2.2, but to make the maths easy, times it by 2, and that will give you a decent guide to go off to get this whole process kick-started. Now, when it comes to your carbohydrates and fats, if you're eating that sort of level of protein, you'll be surprised how easy it is to get your fats up. So try and just eat the proteins, see your fats kind of then travel up with it, and then add in carbohydrates thereafter. I'm not too worried when you're first getting kicked off about getting your carbohydrates and fats to a certain point. I'm more interested in you getting your proteins to that right level, because the mass majority of people do not. And when you do, your metabolic engine just like ramps up. It's like wood to a fire. It's literally that metabolic furnace is just driving faster and faster and faster, and it's burning hotter to help you drop body fat and lose weight. So that's your second factor, macronutrients, with proteins being the most important. Micronutrients, therefore, is third. So that's like vitamins and minerals and phytonutrients, or your sort of antibodies and immune system will benefit from this phase. So quality of foods when it comes to weight loss is going to be your third priority. So you've got your calories under control, you've got your proteins in, and then you start thinking, well, where am I getting these sources of foods from? So organic sources, like low processed foods, cooking things from scratch, making sure you're not having microwave meals that are always packaged. So try and think about your quality of foods, and of course in this phase your health supplements are going to play a big role here too. And then number 4 is nutrient timing. Now, to keep this video short, I don't want to go into too much depth in nutrient timing, but if you find yourself worrying about things like, should I be eating protein before bed? Should I be eating carbs before bed? Should I be eating high carbs after training? Should I be eating low carbs after training? Should I be eating high protein after training? Do you know what? Do not worry about it. If you haven't got your total calories under control, if you haven't got your macronutrients under control, if you haven't got your micronutrients under control, nutritional timing does not matter. It's only once you've got those first 3 things in place that nutrient timing actually has an impact on your overall body fat reduction. Now, as a side note, supplements, where do they fit into the equation? Now, when I first put this model together, I thought, let's put supplements fifth on the equation. But I'm going to put it on there as like, it's going to help in each one of these departments. And the reason being is, to get your total calories up, Of course, it's good to get it from real foods, but if you need to take on a few protein shakes a day to get your protein levels up, that's a really good approach. Liquid nutrition for people that are busy is an incredibly effective approach to get that protein level exactly where you need it to be. Equally, if you're needing to get your calories up or down, you need a healthy snack, again, protein shake, it's not a bad option, it's an easy option. So when I say health supplements, I'm really talking about three things: whey protein, good multivitamin and a good fish oil, and possibly a good vitamin D this time of year. I like liquid vitamin D. I'll probably do another video on supplements in terms of sourcing and the right amounts for different things, but fundamentally choose from those three things: a good whey protein, a good multivitamin, a good fish oil, and this time of year, as in winter, a good vitamin D. Right, the two areas here in red. Now, these are little spins on the pyramid that are more FITISM spins. So we often talk about adherence as being the number one factor, even before total calories, and that's because if I told you your total calories today and I kind of went, right, crack on, let's go away with that, and you weren't fired up, you weren't ready for it, you hadn't figured out yet what tasty foods were available, where you could go shopping, how you could approach it in a really exciting way, then you're not going to do it. The most important thing is adherence. It's trying to find things in your life that excite you, engage you, motivate you to carry on with this whole process long term. Equally, if you're really passionate about a certain approach, so if you're really passionate about a more carnivore approach to eating or a more vegan approach to eating, if suddenly when we get to this phase here and in carbohydrates it's saying, right, you've got to eat some fruits and some veg, but you're really passionate about this carnivore diet. Equally, if you're a vegan and we get to this stage and we're like, right, you've got to eat steak, you're not going to do it. It's really important. If that is what you want to do, that's fine. I've talked about methods and process before. Absolutely fine, but just try and find a method that that works for you, that you're passionate about and that you can stick to long term to take you through this pyramid. And the right at the top here is fun. So it's probably the most popular topic with our clients, but this is the area where you're socializing, you're going out, you're having a bottle of wine, you're eating out in restaurants and having desserts and not foods that are conducive to weight loss. Now, of course, that is so important to add into this approach, and it's something that we recommend that you do. You don't go full hog, you actually have an approach in there that's going to give you an element of fun and that's going to help kind of stimulate you and excite you along the way to give you some rewards. However, it's at the top of the pyramid. If you find yourself socializing and saying things like, it's okay, it's all done, it's a balance, I'm just trying to, do you know what, if you're not losing weight, it's not a balance. You're socializing or you're drinking or you're eating the naughty food a little bit too much. Make sure the fun bit is the smallest bit of the pyramid. If you're not losing weight and you think you're balancing your social scene out, you're probably not eating to the right calories, you're not getting your macronutrients right, you're not getting your macros right, and you're not getting nutritional timing right. So that is the pyramid. Oh, the last one actually, performance supplements. Performance supplements to help boost testosterone, accelerate recovery from training, reduce xenoestrogens, anything that's got a performance enhancing aid to it, have a role within this pyramid. But if you've not got your calories under control, if you've not got your macronutrients under control, if you've not got your macronutrients under control, it really doesn't matter. Only once you've absolutely nailed all these, you're training 6 times a week and you're really trying to focus on nutrient timing, performance supplements actually have a benefit. So anyway, I'm going to leave it there. I hope that was really useful. Make sure that you go through this pyramid in this order. Don't focus around here and think you're going to get your results from here. You're going to get your results from here. Just start at the bottom of the pyramid and work your way up. Right, I just want to finish this this video with something that I'm really excited about, something that I've spent a hell of a lot of time on the last couple of months, and that is a 6-week challenge that we've just put together and we're just about to launch. So if there's not a video, if there's not a link into this video, if you're watching it in Facebook or YouTube, there will be really soon. It's basically a 6-week challenge that we're going to make absolutely free. I'm going to explain how we're going to do that in a bit. So we're going to have a 6-week course that helps you drop 10 kilos of body weight or 5% body fat guaranteed in 6 weeks. You get group personal training 3 times a week, you get an accountability coach, you get step-by-step nutrition, as in like every day you have a menu, you have a shopping list, and you've got a group that you're going to do this with, and you kind of takes you through the entire process to make sure that you actually achieve that body fat reduction at the end of it. Now, the reason we're doing this is because, one, we want to launch this new course, we want to get you fantastic results, but we also want to get some fantastic testimonials. So we're giving you the opportunity to make this completely free, and there's 2 ways that you do that. And to find out those 2 ways, I want you to click that link, book an appointment, come and see me, come and see one of our guys, and we'll take you through the entire process and show you how that's possible. So that is it. So if you found that useful, as usual, tag a friend, share this video, drop a comment, a like, that'll be much appreciated, and I'll see you next week. Bye.